I'm clicking the first worksheet available for you. Okay, so this is the worksheet column. You can in show me column, right? You can see all type of graphs. I know it's really confusing, guys. I know it's like a lot of things I'm throwing at you. It might be hard, but if you stuck to it like 5 to 10 minutes, you will understand the workflow. Okay, these are all the variable column names. So if I go to the Excel sheet, if I go to the top, okay, let me scroll through. We can go to other things. Okay, if you see order, return ID, right, these type of data, person and region, these are the columns, right? All these columns are tabled here. It will split it into two. All the numerical data and latitude longitude data are there, and all the dimensional data is on the top. So this is all the data that we have. This is the row and column. If you know, all the charts are in rows and columns. Okay, let me go back to our PDF. Okay, go to the next one, visualization element. We have a lot of visualization element, right? That's how we do data visualization. We take some kind of data, and with that data we create multiple interactive elements. With that interactive elements, we can actually put that idea into visualizing elements, so we can clearly understand what's going on the data. Instead of we looked at the Excel file, right? Out of 600 and 6000 data, we cannot do anything with the data. But if I do like one click visualization, you actually know what's going on inside the data. So first element, we have a bar chart and a line chart. How you access this element is, so we just drag and drop these things from column and row. It's very easy. You just literally you drag and drop this, and based upon that, the graph will be shown on here. Different type of graph can be selected here. These are all called markers. Marker is just an way of beautification. You can add additional visualization, as its name suggests, right? You can add different type of colors, size, text, and tooltips or details. These two are basically the same thing. It's just add more detail to make it attractive. Well, I will show you a live demo so you can actually look at this and understand how it works in a bigger picture. So we'll start with the basic element. Actually, I picked 6 elements for you. We can't cover all the element, but it's really simple. Once you know the element, right, you can go through all the element. I have like 3 levels of visualization element. I have you. First one is bar chart, line chart, and then the second type of level is pie chart and the scatter plot. Third one is histogram and heat map. In most visualization tools and most visualization project, we use these things only. Okay, let's start with the bar chart. When we use bar chart, because in both and bar and line, right, it's the same thing. It have a x-axis and a y-axis. Why, when do we use bar, when do we use line? These kind of questions you might ask, especially when you're a beginner. When you have a lot of data, you might not know, okay, which type of chart we can use to accurately represent this particular data, right? So we have some kind of rules, not a rule, general guidelines that you can follow in order to pick the right chart for your data. First one, we have bar chart, right? It's ideal for comparing different type of categories. What I mean categories, like let's say you have iPhone 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are different type of categories. And also, like let's say supermarket, you have groceries, you have cleaning supplies, you have kitchen items, electrical items. These are different type of categories. So we have 2 data. One is numerical data, it will like a sales, profit, or anything. And another one is category. If you put these 2 data into X and Y column, you will create a bar chart. So we'll actually create a bar chart. Okay, let me go to the Tableau tool. So if you remember, I said you just have to drag and drop these kind of data into the rows and columns. It will populate everything for you. And we have read just now, for bar chart, we can use categorical item. So we actually have item called category in our shield. You can just put, I'm just dragging from it with my mouse cursor and dropping it in the column. Okay, same thing. What we can do, these are all the numerical value, so we can put anything. You can see, if we click the bar chart, you can see 1 dimension and 1 measure. That is what required for the bar chart. So let's say sales. We'll bring up the sales again. I'm just dragging the sales and put it in the row. It will automatically creating a bar chart for us. You can just drag it here. You can see the boring data we just now saw. It didn't make any sense for any of us, but now we can see furniture is on 700K. That much sales have got done. For office supply, we have around same the 700. For technology, we see 830. So as we can see, technology is selling more than the furniture and office supply. With just simple click, now we can actually understand the data rather than looking at thousands and thousands of lines and thousands of numbers. So how we can make it more interactive? Now it's plainly, just the blue. Let's say that's how we use this beautification markers. And let's say I want subcategory inside the furniture, inside office supply, inside technology, what are the things are there and what are the sales. So what I will do is just drag the subcategory into the markers column and put it in color. So you can see it's a color and you can see subcategory. Now you are seeing different colors. So when I drag on the colors, it's showing inside the furniture there is a subcategory called bookcase. In the bookcase the sales is 1400. So as you can go and make interactive for each and everything, and you can see inside that category how much each subcategory is sales is there. You can not just sales, you can just drag the profit there, it will show profit. Now I feel like this is much more boring. There are colors, definitely there are colors, but what the color represent, I want to see some kind of text in the color. If you want that, you can again put the subcategory, right? I take the subcategory and I will put it in a label. First we put it in a color, so we are seeing different type of colors. Now I put it in a label. Now you can see, instead of clicking, you can directly see, right? Accessories, copier, machines, phones. Actually phones are the one having the highest sales more than anything, and chairs are incredibly selling high for some reason. So just by putting these two data, we are just dragged and dropped. We put categories on column, we put sales on row, and then we drag the subcategory color wise, and we drag the subcategory into label. By doing this, we can actually see a fully functional data. This is how you create your design. So you will have your variable. I'm just going through it once again, because for next and next chart we can go faster, but first I want you to understand how it works. We have a data here, we have a rows and column here, we have different type of charts here. So you can just drag and drop into the column and row, you will get the bar chart, and based upon whatever beautification that you want, you can have that beautification here just by dragging and dropping it into the marks area. Okay, so this is the sheet 1. I'm right clicking it and renaming it to, this is bar chart, right? Let's put it bar. So next we'll create another sheet. So just clicking this plus button, right, you can create another sheet. So let me go into our presentation, and the next thing what we have, next we have a line chart. As I previously said, the difference between bar and line is, in bar we have different categories, but those categories don't have connection with each other. For example, furniture, office, phone, they don't have connection. But in line chart, it's like a one variable that have changed over the time. It's actually, it tells there is a relationship, there is a trend. For example, you will all see all seen the sales data. For example, each and every year this amount of sales happened. If you see that as a line chart, those are all the best example to show and use the line chart. We'll see that as an actual example. So as I told you, right, line chart is for a variable that have continuous change over the time, over some period of time. So first, as I said, we need order date. It should be changed over the period, right? Let's have our order date, and in order date, what we can have as a row. Okay, let's say again we can pick the sales and just drag and drop the same thing, just dragging from here and dropping from row and column. So it's saying that each and every year, but I want to see more than that. I want to see monthly data. So what you can do, just click it, and there is sort option, and you can click it. So I want to see, let's say month wise I have to see. Now you can see, you can click the show button, it will disappear. So now you can see actually the data spike. You can see the sales, and as well as the each and every month you can see the trend. For example, with what we can get from this data, if let's say if I just ping the spikes, you can see it's March, September, November, again September, March, November, September, March, November. Okay, we all now analyzing that there is some pattern in the sales, right? Every March, every September, every November, there is a sales spike. So we can see these 3 months people are spending a lot of amount. Okay, and especially in November and December, they are spending a lot of money, and so we are getting a lot of sales. Then we will go and reverse back, and we will think Why is this happening? This is called a hypothesis in data analysis, right? We create some kind of hypothesis based upon the data. Then we will look at the data and we will decide whether the hypothesis is null or true. For example, let's say I think, okay, November, why is happening on November? Maybe it's because Christmas and Black Friday sale. Based upon the discount and Christmas, people are spending lot of money. Why it's happening on March? It might be because most of the people receive their bonus on the March. So based upon that, they might be spending lot of money due to the bonus. These are all the data. These are all the conclusion that we can came up with the data. Based upon the data, we can do other things. Let's say if you are a new product owner, you want to launch some new product. What would be the best date? I would tell you now, March, September, or November and December would be the best time to launch a product, because that's when people are spending most of the amount. That's how you look at a data and you analyze the data and you create a conclusion from the data. Based upon the data, you will deliver some kind of profitable output to your consumer or customer or your own self purposes. So that's how the visualization is done. In the end of the session, if time permits, I will give you some kind of scenarios so we can work out the scenarios, and I will test whether you have a analytical brain or not. It's like a puzzle game we'll play if the time permits. So this is a line chart. We just dragged up two data into the column and we are added. So we right clicked it and we click the month. So each and every month you can do, and you can just click any point of the data. You will have the sales and in the month and year of the data. Make it interactive. If you want to add more data, like say like profit, I want profit. What you can do, just drag the profit into the marker. Let's say I want to do it in the detail. Now if you click that, previously there were only two data. Now you can see three data: November, profit, and sales. Previously the profit is not there. If I remove that, let's say I'm removing that. If I click, now you can only see two. So that's kind of what these two will do. When you click anything, let's say profit, if you put it on details or tooltip, when you go to there, so when you click on that, this pop-up will open. On that pop-up, you can see the actual data. That's the use of these two. Okay, this is the line. Next, we will go to our PPT again. We'll go to the pie chart. Pie chart is best to represent. If you have any like a budget, any kind of whole value, and you have to show segregation, or you want to compartmentalize each and every section, those are the best place to use pie chart. For example, you have this much amount of money and this is your spending, or you might have seen this in a lot of portfolios. People talk about their portfolios, like I've invested this much amount of stock, this much bond, this much gold, this much cash. So these are all portfolios. You can use the pie chart. You show the sections between the whole data. That's what the pie chart is. So I'll again go to that Tableau and I'm clicking again sheet 3. Okay, this is a pie chart. Again, we can use for pie chart, let's say I will I'll put a category and what sales. We are using the same. It will bring the bar chart, because again we are doing same as the bar chart, but this time we want a pie chart, right? So how we change the bar chart to pie chart? You click this show me button. It will show what are the available graphs. If the bar is grayed out like this, right, that means you cannot represent the data that you have here into this graph. But if you can see, right, the pie is available, it's clickable. So if you click the pie, you can see it's on the screen. So if you want to make it this bigger, right, here you have standard view. If you click entire width, it will get bigger. So now we can see the session inside the pie. Don't be afraid when the columns and row goes into this marker column. This is the final process, but we are doing this in rows and column to understand better. Okay, so this is too much column, right? So if there are even if in slide itself I've put, if there are more than 6, don't use pie, because it's really confusing if you use lot of element in pie. This is a bad example for using a pie element, because you can't see anything, but you can do some kind of filtering. Let's say if I click it, there is a option called filter. If I click the filter, it will open. So these are all the subcategory in that list. So I'm clicking none. Let's say I wanted to do the furniture. Let's click furniture. What else there? Paper, bookcases, chair. These are all the furnishing things, right? If I click OK, Now you can only see all the 4 that I selected. Remaining things are, they are gone. The entire column is segregated for these 4, and you can see the filter is added on the subcategory. I'm just introducing more and more this concept as we go into the charts. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So again, this is a bland data. Without clicking it, I cannot see what is going on here. So again, what I will do, I will dragging the subcategory and putting into the label. Now you can see the furniture, bookcase, and chair. And again, I want to see the sales below this label, because just doing at the number, I know the chair is bigger, but I don't know the numbers. So what we can do, again, put the sales, and then I'm adding it to the label. Now you can see the sales is 32k for the chairs, and book is 114k. We can see those data. This is how you add data. This is how you use filter. You just drag in data as you will be useful do for the basic data. After that, you will drag and drop each and every columns into size, shape, label, and you can do filtering to get result as you want it. See, finally, the thing is, you have some goal in your brain, you have some kind of thought, you have some kind of design, you have to make that design possible inside the tool. So these are all the ways you can achieve that. So let's rename this. This is a pie chart, right? Okay, we'll create another one. What's next on our list? We have scatter plot. This is the example of scatter plot. Okay, we'll have 2 variable, and you have multiple data point. It's especially used for analyzing data that have a distribution, so much patterns. Based upon the dots on the graph, we'll make some kind of conclusion out of it. I'll show you in the Tableau so you can better understand it. So just click the show me column, go to the scatter plot. This is the scatter plot. It's saying that you need 2 to 4 measure or 0 to more dimension. So you can read this and you can find out what is the requirement for particular graph. So what are we going to do? Now this is the sales column. I'm putting sales, and then I'm putting, let's put profit. Okay, you can see it's just one, sales and profit. I need more. What we can do, let's say I'm dragging subcategory. Let's put different colors. Okay, and what I did, I dragged the sales column to the column, and we have profit, and I've dragged to the rows, and then I've added subcategory into the color to get this. As Caterpillar suggests, we need two or 4 measure, right? So this is our 2 measure. Sales and profit are our 2 measure. Based with that measure, we have created this scatter plot. So you can see the rounds. Each round we can drag and we can find out what is the profit and what is the sales. So now I want to make the round bigger. I click this size column and I drag it. Now we can see the bubble is getting bigger. Now I want more details about this. Let's say I want label on each things. So now I can see labels. Okay, what are the things that you get from this scatter plot? Okay, we have made a scatter plot. What is the use of this? Let's say we have to analyze and find out what is this graph. It has minus value here, it has positive value here. So if it goes to minus, that means you can see the profit, right? Minus 17,000. If we go down, that means that's the profit is going down. That means it's a loss. If it's going up, then it's a profitable product. Same, likewise, you can hear like 50k, 100k, 150k. What is this? This is sales. If it's less sales, then it will be on the left side of the column. If we have more number of skill, if it will be on the right side of the column. As we can see in the chair, right, there is 300,000 sales in chairs, but in furniture, in fastener, we will only getting 3,000 sales. So we can easily figure out what is the profitable product and what is not a profitable product. Let's say if we are a company and looking at this chart, okay, we'll see table is definitely selling a lot, but its profit is so down. Do we want to continue this? Or if you go to suppliers, the sales, nobody is buying this and we are also losing money on this. Why do we need this? So if we go to chairs, we are selling 300,000. It's going like crazy. The chairs are selling really high and we are making 26,000 profit. And these are all our most profitable product because the sales is low. Even though the sales is low, but the profit is really high. For example, 300,000, we are only making 26,000 as a profit. But in papers, right, If you look at the sales, we are only selling 78,000. It's so much low, but we are making more profit than the chairs. So these are all the good product. If it's in the right side, if it's going on the top like copier, no accessories, the paper, these are all profitable columns. So we keep this kind of product and we cut back on this kind of product, or we do some kind of improvement to improve the sales. We are essentially fishing out what are all the good product, what are all the product that are making profit, and what are the product that are selling to the viewers, to the buyers, to the consumers. Based upon this scatter plot, we can extract all kind of good information out of this. That's how we use this kind of chart. We'll rename it to scatter plot. Okay. Next sheet. Next, what we have completed 2 levels. We're going to 3rd level, histogram and heat map. In most cases, you will use level 1 and level 3. This kind of data is very rare. You don't use that much often, but it's good to know these things. Okay. So we'll start with histogram and we will go to the heat map. Histogram is just a same continuous value, as you can see here, right? It's a continuous value. It's showing year by year, like in certain range or certain bin in certain period, how the growth is there. You can find out using the histogram. It's similar to the bar graph, but there is a sequence in the histogram. That's the difference. So let's say, where is histogram? This is histogram. It's just saying that you need one measure. You just need one measure in order to create histograms. We can, I'm just dragging the profit in the column area. I'm dragging the same quantity in the rows area. It's in a scatter plot. Don't be afraid. Just click the histogram. We're getting the histogram right now. So this is the histogram data. Now I don't, I want to know more about this. Again, we'll do colors. We'll get more data. And you can add other things like size and everything. The reason why I don't add size, right? Let's say profit. If I add this as a size, it will look like this. It won't look like good. For a chart like scatter plot, or you're doing some kind of line, those time you can use size. For a chart, the like bar graph and everything, size will look weird. So if you have knowledge, if you have some kind of experience, you can gain this exposure. So you will know which type of chart, which type of markers you can use to beautify, to make it more clear, make it more simpler, make it more understandable. You gain this with experience. So this is how basically you create the histogram. You will have a continuous variable. It's the same measure, but you can see the trend pattern over the bins. We call it this. This is histogram. So again, I'm clicking this. What's our last heat map? Heat map is an excellent way to identify patterns and correlation in larger data set. It's based with the size and color. You can find out how frequently something has happened. For example, you can assign, let's say, sales. If you assign sales to the size, it will be bigger. If you assign sales to the color, then it will be brighter. And the low contrast one would be low sales, and the high contrast color sales would be high sales. We'll see it in actual data. It's much more clearer. So we need a heat map, right? So again, what we will do, we'll just click the show me column and we find the heat map. Here it is. What it's asking? It's asking one or more dimension, 2 or more measures. So let's drag category into column, subcategory. Okay, now it's just useless data, but we want in category and subcategory, we want some kind of information, right? So let's say I want to make sales based upon size. I'm clicking heat map. Now you can see the bigger the thing is, the more number of sales. The very darkest blue, now you can see the very darkest blue have 330K number of sales. But the lighter views, right? You can see the sales is 27,000. So based upon the smaller and bigger tails, now we can identify the sales. Currently you can see the color is also same as the size. The larger one is more darker and the smaller one is lighter. You can also change this. So let's say I'm dragging the profit into colors. Now you can see the color has changed. So what is the difference? If now it's green, right? now we have orange color and a blue color. If it's orange, that means it's making loss, and if it's a dark, it's making profit. So you can see here clearly, we have put sales in size, we have put profit in colors. If it's bigger, that means it has more number of sales. If it has so much profit, it will be in darker blue color. If it's in negative profit, then it will be on lighter green, orange color. So that this is how you can, present multiple data. Now you can clearly know, okay, this have higher number of sales, but the profit is not there. Even though this copier is only having a less number of sales, it's providing, this is the one of the highest profitable product in our entire, entire arsenal. This type of information you can get this from this kind of graph. So we'll call it heat map. Okay, these are all the basic graphs that I have had for you guys. I understand that. I hope you understand the difference between everything. You can go and find out all the bars when you created all your sheets, right? You can go on the bottom and you can look at all your sheets. So this is how that's our sheet. That's how you basically create. You take a data and you present it in row and column, or you can directly, if you have much knowledge, you can directly use the marker column to create an entire data. If you want different type of chart, you can just click here, right? You can see based upon this data, all this graph. When you click it, if there is a block box is coming, right? If that means, then you can use that that graph. If it's grayed out, right? Now if I click the line chart, it's not available, right? Those kind of data you can't use. So based upon the data, you can click whatever graph that you want. The Tableau will do the task for you, and it will generate an entire visualization structure with the data and with all the marker and all the filter that you have. That's how you create interactive visualizing element from the raw data. Now, if you recall, now if we just looked at the 6,000 records in Excel again, you will not get any kind of idea about the data. But now we have so much idea. We know about the profit of each and everything. We know about which product is selling a lot, which product is making a loss, and which time frame that we can buy a software, or which is the great time to launch new product or sell your product on a discounted price. If you put discount on November and December, we can make more sales. No, based upon all the analysis we did, right? Now we have a raw idea. Now we have a great idea. We can use this idea to improve the business. We can make more profit. We can make things more efficient. We can cut back on useless, profitless product, and we can spend more time on advance on product that people do buy from our company, which is making more profit. We can use those data. That's how you use this kind of visualization tool to understand the data. You come to your own conclusion. With that conclusion, you make some profitable change in your business or for your client or your company. So we have created all this chart. What is the next step? So next we have dashboard and story points. Okay, dashboard is a way to present all your view in a single slide. We'll go to our column. So here we clicked right for a new worksheet. The next column we have a new dashboard. If you click the dashboard, you can see this is our dashboard. In the dashboard, here you have size. This dashboard is created for all type of screen. So if you have phone screen or any other type of devices, you can open it. So this is the desktop view, and this is the maximum length that they are giving. So I'm extending the length to my screen. So now you can see all our sheets are here. If I just drag, let's say, my bar chart here, and I want my scatter plot on the side, let's say I want my histogram on down, what else? I want my heat map on this column. So now you can see, right, instead of looking one chart, you have multiple chart in the same page. That's how we create dashboards. It's just collection of all the sheets in a single page, so you can make all the selection. Instead of going through everything, you can see everything on a same page in a same dashboard. You can make to conclusion. Similar to how we saw in the sheets, right? Everything is interactable. If you click on that, you can make interaction. You can also do some kind of editing, but I wouldn't recommend editing on the desktop. If you want to make some editing, go to the required sheet and make whatever editing, whatever beautification that you want to do, and then again go to the dashboard. Everything will be updated for you. Then you can directly use the dashboard. This is how you create a dashboard. And another thing we saw, right? The story point. So these are the three things. The first thing you see is a worksheet, second will be the dashboard, and the third will be the story. The story is, as title suggests, story is in a way of presenting. If let's say in the beginning I told you about the hypothesis, right? If you have any kind of hypothesis, a statement, you create a story point along with that. For example, I will show you. So I have put my bar in the first slide. If we add a blank or a duplicate, if you add a duplicate, the same will be added again. If you click blank, let's say I'm clicking blank again and again. Now you can see four things. First thing, second thing, third thing. We can go, let me add a line chart on the second one, pie chart on a third one, and you can also add a dashboard. That's a good thing about the story point. You can add a multiple dashboard into the story point. So to understand this clearly, we have first worksheet. These are each and every data and individual element. It's a single element. Then you have a dashboard. It's a collection of elements, collection of sheets, and you have story points. Either it's a collection of sheet, you can use it as a collection of sheet, or you can use it as a collection of desktop. You can give a story point, some kind of use case. Let's say our data session demo. This is the demo that we created, and you can add caption for each and everything. This is our line. Sorry, that was line. This is our bar. This is our pie. This is the dashboard that we created. So now I can go through and explain each and every here itself. I will just can walk through all the sheets and sort of present a story. That's why they call it a story point. So we created a bar, line, pie, dashboard. That's how we create a storyboard. This is how you overall work the Tableau to get the best result that you want. You get the data and you analyze the data with that column beside, right? In data source, you analyze the column, you see the data set, you see the data field, and then you go to each and every sheet. If you want more sheet, you can click the new worksheet column. In the sheet, you will just drag the data to the column or a row, and you select whatever graph that you want to do, and you can do beautification by dragging and dropping on color, size, or label. And then you create multiple sheet, and then you can create a dashboard by combining all your sheet into together, and then you create a story point with the multiple sheet and multiple multiple dashboard in order to present a story. Let's say you are making a demo to your company. Let's cut back a product called what was doing a low number of sales. You can see tables, right? Tables are doing low number of sales. You are creating a visualization for a company to inform them.
Not visible.
Sorry. I-
The screen is not visible, sir.
Is that for everyone? Is that the case for everyone?
No, no, it's a
No,
visible,
sir, it
Balaji.
is visible.
Okay.
Visible,
I
visible.
think it's a problem with your screen. Just refresh or reload the session. Thank you. So, okay, where were we? Okay, if you want to, let's say you want to give a presentation to your company, and you are telling that, okay, these tables are making lot of sales, but we are losing a lot of money on that. So let's cut down the table. So you create bunch of sheets, you create a dashboard, and you create a story point with a different graph, and you let the company know the table is not making
Hello.
sales, and you should make a decision data driven. Yeah, I think he's speaking on a phone. Okay, let's carry on our session. So you can make an informed decision, a data-driven decision. That's the important thing here. Okay, that's all we have in the Tableau. This is the entire Tableau application. It's a really simple application. The thing about is you don't need to know coding. I know a lot of people hate codings. So if you are someone who don't like to code in Python, or you want to get into the field of data science and you want to data visualization, Tableau would be the great tool. See, now till now we haven't wrote a single line of code, but we created this many results. Even if you produce this kind of result, right, you would be like consider medium to advanced level. It would not look like you are a beginner. You can do lot of changes with just a simple amount of knowledge, which just a drag and drop. Just knowing these kind of tools, having let's say a week of knowledge will get you so much further than learning other tools. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's go back to our presentation. I hope you understand about dashboard and story points that we have done. So Karan, then the next style. Why do we have to do this? What is the application of this? So the career opportunity in data science is a lot. In India, the average they are getting 8 LPA. In experienced candidate are getting 20 LPA. These data I gathered from Glassdoor and other privileges, uh, other privileged website. Right? I've asked around my friend and other resources to get this data. It might be different based upon your skill set, based upon your experience, based upon the context and network that you have. This might be different for you, but this is the basic scenario. But if you're going to abroad and you are getting so much 70 LPA, 3 crores per annum, that's like a huge number, right? 3 crores per annum. So this type of salary that you can get with just learning these kind of tools. If you just if you followed this entire workshop, you might have some kind of knowledge in mastering the data, data and processing the data, or how you collect and gather the data. If you have knowledge on the entire thing, you can place into good company and you can have a great career in data science. So if you're running a company, right, how you run a company, like I said, in lot of things I have lot of example that I've told you how you can create a company on this. There are a lot of people that are that require data analysis. For example, supermarket, real estate, even educational website, college, medical and hospital, everyone need data. Everyone need data analysis. They want to improve their business effectively. They want to produce a better product. They want to increase their resources. They want to reduce the excessive force of resources. They want to maximize their profit and all of the things that they want to do, but they can't make decision based upon what they think. So whatever they think, they will let you know. You have to analyze the data and give a data driven solution to them, so they can make a informed decision and they can benefit from it. That's how the data analysts become this much like a huge market, because of the outcome that we get from the data. That's the important thing here. Okay, the company workflow will be simple. Either you will get a project or a client. Based upon the client, they will ask you either some kind of question. Let's say if a real estate real estate company is coming to you and asking like, I have two potential places that I can buy, which would be better? So based upon their need, based upon the market, based upon the investment and the return on investment, you will make that decision. You will collect data and analyze it. Based upon the data, the analysis that you are doing, right, you create the visualization like we did in Tableau. You are using Tableau or Power BI. Both are easy tool. You can create a visualization and you can report that to your client, and they can make informed decision. Based upon the decision, they will come again to you. If they're making more profit, for whenever they are buying new real estate property, they will come to you and you can make so much profit from that. So that's how you create and deliver a company. um, uh, so we do have bunch of time. Let's say you are running a supermarket. What are the place, what are the hypotheses you can think of? Can anyone answer this question? Let's say I will give a sample. Let's take our real estate as a solution, right? For real estate, how you can compare two real estate property and pick which one is best? How do we do that? So first thing we'll think is, what is the requirement of the client? Let's say our client is want to open a hotel on that position. So which is the better spot for a hotel? We will think which is the place where there is a lot of tourist, nearby tourist locations are there. Which is the place which has the rich neighborhood, has low crime rate. And we'll also look at the return on investment. We look at similar property sold or purchased in year or 2 years, 3 years. Based upon that, we will find out how much return they are getting each year. So based upon this data, we are we can derive and tell them that, okay, this is the place that you have to buy if you want to buy a property. So based upon that, you have to create a hypothesis based upon the use case that they are giving you, right? If now what I've did, I compared two real estate location, and based upon that two locations, right, I've created certain hypothesis. So how I can prove this hypothesis? I have to collect the data and analysis and give a visual representation of the data. So first you have to create a hypothesis for yourself. When you see a problem statement, when you see a requirement, when you see a use case, you have to hypothesis these things inside your head in order to provide a better analyze analyze statements. You have to create these points, and then you use this visualization as a powerful tool to deliver your ideas, and then you can inform them so they can make profit and they can come again to you, and then they will pay money for you in order for all the good things that come out of you, they will pay for you. So that's how it will work on the company workflow. We can have a similar example. Can anyone tell me, you know, let's say take another example, supermarket. Let's say you want to improve a supermarket. What are the hypotheses that you can come up with where you can use those things and improve the supermarket? Do any of you have an idea on that? If you have some kind of idea, let me know. If you don't understand the question, also let me know. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, Roshni, I couldn't hear you. So
I
if
think
you
by
didn't,
giving some kind of discount or making little more promotions connected to the some festival time like that, I think we can promote.
yeah, that's a great answer. Uh, okay, so as he said, right? What we can do, we can give more discount and sales. So how it will work on the data analysis side? What we'll do again? This will be best example for our slide. We can find out what are the good product, which time it's getting more sales, and which is getting lot of profit, and which is getting not useful at all. We'll analyze this product, and based on that, we will give promotions and discount to improve the sales and improve the profit. There are a lot of ways to do it. You can build an effective inventory system. You will find out like which product selling which time of the year. Based upon that, you can reduce your inventory, because inventory management is really hard. You can't buy all the data and store, and you can buy all the product and store it in your inventory. To store certain things, you need a manager. You have to maintain the inventory record. You have to pay the rent. It's a really huge process. If you know which product selling which time, you can effectively purchase that, and you can effectively manage your inventory. Same with managing people. Same with checking out the checking counter or hiring people. You find out what is the busy time. You can hire more part-time employees for that busy peak hours, and remaining hours you can have a less number of staff to reduce paying huge amount in salary and employee. There are a lot of things you can lot of hypotheses you can create from a data. So as I said, when you create this hypothesis, you have to give a data driven solution. When you create a hypothesis, you will go to the data and you analyze the data, and you create some kind of visualization to back up the proof that you have for that hypothesis that you made. Based upon that, the customer or a project, some kind of project or a client or even yourself, you will get some kind of outcome, a profitable outcome from that. So we'll open it for a QA. If you have any kind of doubt technically or anything about data science, anything you can ask me. Okay. If anyone have any doubt, this would be the time to ask. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Balaji,
Yes.
I have one small doubt that when I was trying, actually, you said this downloading. My problem is I can see in the right side only the first option, no, which is that no, the first option alone is activated. That data table something. I'm not getting that other aspect activated, so I don't know what to do for that.
Okay. I will try to give a solution. If it's not global, then it will be hard to find out, right?
Yeah,
So
yes.
I hope you are stuck in this area, right? Data source. This is
No,
what you
not
told.
not data source, Balaji. This is when we are working with the with the tables. In the right side, you will find that chart area is there. No, line chart, point chart, everything you showed.
Okay.
The first alone is activated for me. When I'm trying to go to the chart, I could not select it.
Okay. Have you populated this rows and columns?
Ah, yes, yes. I had just placed the columns in both the places. Columns and rows both I've done. I'm getting it in the first, what is the tool? It says the first one, no, with the data kind of a table, no, that I can get it.
Okay, I understand. So
Yeah, there is a,
just
yeah.
remove that. just
Okay.
drag some of the known things. Like let's say for a bar chart, we have seen a category, right? Category and sales.
Okay, you
So
mean you're talking about different columns here?
yeah, yeah. The first
Oh,
column is
sorry.
category, right? Just
Okay,
put
okay.
category in columns and
Okay.
sales in the row. You should get a bar graph.
Okay, but the problem is now I actually I'm just working with my own sheet which was already there in the system.
Okay,
I'm just
okay,
trying with that. That's why I think it's not coming. Anyway, I'll just try again.
okay. You can remove here. Okay,
Ah,
we can
okay,
remove
okay.
these items and add these items.
Okay, okay, okay. I'll do
So
that.
okay, in general sense, right? Just
Yeah.
click the chart and you can see the dimension measure. Okay, these are the dimension, these are the measure. So like the task asking, if you just put the dimension in the column and row the measures in the row, you should get all the data, all the graph available to you based upon the dragging that you are doing. It's
Okay,
great that
Bhavesh.
you are
I'll
trying out
try.
on your own. I appreciate your enthusiasm, right?
Yeah.
You're going on a right path.
No, no, no. That the part, the way you were explaining is very simple, no, to understand. The way you are explaining, for the beginners, that that the step-by-step process which will make us to, understand.
Yes.
You made us to travel along with you. That's why I was just doing something. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really like that. I don't want to be in a workshop where I can just go through the slides, right? I want to give you a first-hand experience of what will happen in Tableau. That's why I did it from the scratch.
This is very good hands-on experience you have given us. Thank you.
Great, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope everyone is, got their money worth. Everyone learned a lot about data analysis and visualization. I hope you all try out the tableaus and everything. Okay. All the best. And if you have anyone have any more questions, you can ask me.
Sir, can sir,
Yes.
sir,
Thank
I
you.
am have
Thank you
doubt.
very much for your.
Thank
I
you
am
so much,
have
Manik.
doubt, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sir, in app you are creating histogram and bar chart.
Okay.
So where is shapes option in app?
Shapes, shapes option.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Can you ask again?
In you are draw a blank page in bar chart and this a scatter plot and whatever these graph is there. And
Okay.
so where is shapes you are draw and a color for color.
I didn't fully get your question. I hope what the answer that I'm going to give you will solve what you are asking. I'll see. I hope you can see my screen. So
Yes, sir.
let's open our basic bar graph. If you want more size, you can click the size option. You can reduce the size. The bar size will be reduced. If you put it bigger. If you drag the bar, you will get the bigger kind of size. If you're asking about size, let's say I have a subcategory into size. You can see now you get different subcategory in size. It will look
Okay.
weird. You can do a lot of things, but it look weird. Like the first thing that we said, right? Visual presentation and what is important. You can do a lot of things. Just because you shouldn't do these things because it it looks really weird. Based upon the categories, based upon the sales on category, the size is formed. As you can see, we just drag the category into the size column. That's why it look like this. But even though we can create this, but you shouldn't. You should stick with the general charts and a simple chart that the people can understand. This looks weird and it's not very informative. That's how you essentially use the size column. You can just improve the bar. You can just use the drag to reduce the height size of the bar, and you can drag other things to the size to make the size arrangement inside your sheet. I hope that answers your questions.
Yes, sir. I got it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Hmm.
Any other question, anyone? I think that's about it. Okay. Yeah, again, thank you, Dr. Santosh Kumar. I also appreciate all of you for being so attentive. I felt really homely. I had a great interaction with you. From the comment that I've got from you, I think you all understand. I think you are at least curious about Tableau. When people talk about data visualization and everything, right? It will like scary thing. Oh my God, how I'm going to learning this? Is this really complex thing? Is people are getting so much paid? Is this the really complex thing that I have to have incredible knowledge and have good coding skill and everything? No, it's actually really simple thing. That's what the story point of this session. I want to take the one takeaway that you should take from this session would be it's really easy. There's a lot of drag and drop tools. Even if you don't know the coding, the data visualization and the field of data science is easy to get into. So try and research about different things, and you watch a couple of videos. Watching like a 50 minutes or 1 hour YouTube video will give you so much knowledge than studying one subject for a whole semester if you are a student, I'm saying. Okay, all the best in your life, and I hope a lot of you join some kind of data related field. All the best, everyone. Thank you. uh, Host, if you have any final information, you can share it now. Some people are asking about certificate and all. Kartika, are you there?
Hi Balaji, yeah, I'm here. Certificate will be sent to your mail in 3 to 4 days. And thank you everyone for joining. And I can't thank you enough, Balaji. Thank you. Actually, thanks for informing to the participants to migrate from that session to this session. And also sorry for the inconvenience caused. Due to some technical issues, we have many problems. So sorry everyone.
Yeah, it's fine. I think everything worked out for great. Everything like the session, we can see a lot of thank you and lot of gratitude from all the participants. I feel really glad that I took this session. Okay, thank you, Pencil Bits, for arranging this type of event. I appreciate what you guys do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. I think we can leave the session now.
Yes.
Hello,
Yeah,
Balaji. Can you wait
yeah.
for some more time? Actually, the college.
Oh, sure. Guys, please stay in the line. Karthika, go ahead. You can close the session properly. I will wait on
Yeah.
the session.
Santosh sir, can we talk? Can you please talk?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Priyanka Rajamani, Assistant Professor in Providence College. So, I would like to tell the official vote of thanks. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of our college and our department, I would like to thank each one of you who have took part in this workshop. Especially, I would like to thank Pencil Bits. I hope so. These 4 days of workshop will be useful for each one of them who have attended. And I would like to advise the people in the WhatsApp group to not exit the group so that we can be connected in future upcoming events. So, and I hope so many of them will be making useful of this 4 days of workshop. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone, and thank you Balaji, and thank you so much Santosh sir for coordinating this event, and I thank Providence College for organizing this event in association with Pencil Bits. Okay, we'll meet again some other workshop or some other event. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.